Hi, PJ here, and it's the middle of June, and it's hotter than you know what. So my friends and I are going tubing on the Rio Grand. We signed on with Whitewater Weekends, a tubing company here in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. And we are off to hop in that nice cold 65-degree water. Of course, first we had to make it down the embankment, which was a little on the hard side. It was awful gravelly, but we made it. That's Vicky, our tour operator, and that's the Rio Grand. And I'll tell you, it is a delightful float. Nice, calm waters. I'm tied up to my friend Prinny here, or possibly she's tied up to me. I'm not quite sure which one it is. And Prinny's niece and grandniece are with us. And it's just a perfectly peaceful, slow float down the river. Lots of birds. We saw red-winged blackbirds, a great blue heron, whole bunch of hope-tailed grackles, some curve-billed thrashers, and at the end of our first trip down the river, we actually took two, laying on the opposite bank from where we had takeout. There was a coyote taking a nap, just peaceful and serene, and we got to watch him for a bit, and he cleaned himself and then got up and left. But it's a little harder tubing than I thought, because you've got to steer the tube with your paddling. But this is the first rapids coming up, which is kind of a rough one and cold. Whoa! When that water hit, it was cold. But it was fun. Like I said, we enjoyed this float so much that we went back the next day and did it again. So it was really nice. And I'm just going to let us float along here for a while. You can enjoy the silence. Oh, that's me with some seaweed on my arm. Isn't this nice? I'm telling you, you just kind of sink into it. You hear the birds in the background and you hear the water flowing by, and that's it. A lot of houses along here. Some of them nice, some of them trailers, some of them whatever. I like this. It's a private bridge across. And it had locked gates on each side, so only the landowner could get across. But it had an interesting configuration. I don't think I'd want to walk on it. It was tied together with some rusty wire, but I'm sure it serves a purpose. Here we are. This is our second day coming to that first rapids. The trip had two rapids. This one that this one that really got you wet. And then another one that was just kind of bumpy. Oh gosh, we are planning on going back again and doing it. Like I said, it was a fun trip. And afterwards, well, we did the trip on the first day and then we drove to Elephant Butte State Park, where we camped on the beach and almost got the car stuck in the sand, and where the hike to the porta potty felt like 20 miles at least, because the sand was so deep and you'd take 20 paces and only wind up one pace ahead. You just kept falling back. I'm sure it was good for my leg muscles, but my bladder didn't appreciate it too much. But here we are, just floating and relaxing.
No, I don't know what that is. You can see the whole San Andreas.
It was funny, the tour owner, Vicky,
You can just see the whole thing.
she refers to those people like the ones in the canoe up there, or kayak, I guess it is, an inflatable kayak, as independents and not taken up by any of the tour companies. And I guess independent, the way she said it, kind of sounded like a swear word. You know, like, oh yeah, those are the independents. Kind of like the I word. So we all just kind of made a joke out of that for the day. But as I said, it was nice. I would recommend the tour company get a rope to toss out to you when you're going to land, because right now they have a fella that wades out into the water to get you. And if you weren't able to steer yourself over close enough, it cut kind of deep. So I think it would make their life much easier just to have a rope on hand. And here's Prinny's niece and grandniece playing in the sunset. And look at that. Elephant Butte is absolutely gorgeous. So peaceful, so serene. The campers were all quiet. Well, their generators weren't, but they were. So it was a good night. Nice trip. Have a good one. The end.